Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon, and out of the theaters I saw She Said. This is based on the Harvey Weinstein scandal and the sexual harassment, sexual assaults, the rapes that occurred between 1992 and basically 2015. And you know the story, he's in jail for 23 plus years. But let's talk about the story itself. So She Said, you know the story. I kind of said it in the intro, pretty simple. Did I like this film? I thought it was an okay film. These journalistic films, like I'm a huge revenge sucker type of movie. These journalistic ones, they work for me. But the problem is this one, it was hard for me to keep the tension because I knew what was happening. I was expecting something a little bit different on some levels, and some scenes were just overacted, over dramatized, or just not needed. So with that, I'll give the positives of the movie first. I thought the main two actors, Zoe and Carey Mulligan, was it Mulligan? But yeah, great acting. They did a great job playing the portrayal of these reporters trying to get to the truth. All the sub actors or the subplots work extremely well. All the, the victims from the 90s telling their stories. The Lauren character, which I think the one with the breast cancer in London, is probably the best acted one. But when it comes to that, I enjoyed it. When it came to the pacing, this is a 2 hour and 9 minute movie. I was expecting it to be a slow burn. This wasn't. The 2 hours and 9 minutes went by that. So when you have a movie like this going that quick in that timeline, that's great with the editing and great with the directing of keeping the audience entertained. So technically, it's a great movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. However, I think there was some unneeded scenes, unneeded references in this film. So let's start from the back forward. So there's a scene in a bar where I know this whole movie is based about catcalling, sexual assault, and everything like that. But I don't know if that bar scene where a guy comes up saying like, oh, my friend said hello over there. It's like the dudes, when I'm in a bar looking for a female, if they have a wedding ring on, the shit's off. So that is just a red flag right there where I really doubt those guys would do it. And then the guy would be like, oh, bitch alert, bitch alert. To me, adding that scene just doesn't make sense because you have so many real accounts from assistants to Gwyneth Paltrow to Rose McGowan to Ashley Judd. You have so many real accounts in this movie that when you're adding that bar sequence in this film, it takes me out of the film because you already have enough evidence, enough story to talk about Harvey Weinstein, what he has done in the past, and what he has done basically in Hollywood today, and how he had plenty of connections to a lot of Democrats and Democrat donors. Why am I bringing up politics? Because the sure shit movie did. When you have Harvey Weinstein basically with Oprah, Obama's, giving Obama's children jobs, Biden, Clinton's, basically any Hollywood elite person at that time, like Kevin Smith denounced it. You have people knowing about it. There was jokes about Harvey Weinstein doing shit like by Ricky Gervais and stuff like that. So, and I think Jim Carrey as well. So it was out there in the world, but there were so many people in Hollywood protecting him where it's just like they have to bring Trump involved. The first 15, 20 minutes is about, the sexual scandals with Trump, which I'm pretty sure all of them have proven to be false. Yeah, I know there's that porn star one, but that wasn't about a sexual assault. That was just him covering up having sex with a porn star. So that had nothing to do with him, like, forcing himself on this porn star, which has nothing to do with Harvey Weinstein opening doors, masturbating, bathrobes. And I think the whole point they're saying, well, if Trump become president with all these allegations, nothing's going to happen to Weinstein. That's apples and fucking oranges. So them adding that, I feel like they're saying, okay, Harvey Weinstein did bad shit, and he's linked to a lot of people we like, kind of like Epstein. So we got to put the whole Trump story into it. Not needed at all. And then let's talk about the New York Times. Okay, I understand these like New York Times, New Yorker, Washington Post, the New York Post, how they do these stories, and how let's talk about journalistic malpractices of lying about a dossier, lying about a laptop for disinformation, how during the 2016 campaign, you're willing to fucking just go at it at a person you don't like. But in 2020, you're going to hide evidence. Even Bill Maher is now saying, yeah, journalists purposely hid evidence. And they did it multiple times. And that evidence connects the big guy. So saying like, the whole adding Trump into this and the same newspaper line getting Pulitzers for a dossier that didn't exist. P-tape didn't exist. The Russian thing about, helping him get elected didn't exist. But then you have a real laptop by Rudy Giuliani, which you have reporters saying that person who gave it to us, we don't like Rudy Giuliani, so we don't trust where it's coming from. But you trust Eric Swalwell, who's a Chinese spy, or who else is the other guy? Adam Schaaf, who lied multiple times about how he got the information. Oh, that's credible. So I understand this is a good job for getting these Harvey Weinstein out of the picture. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have a lot of Weinstein companies on this wall, but it's hard for me to take out the malpractice of the New York Times when they're adding Trump in the front of this story. There is no need to do it. It was fucking stupid, and it is not needed to happen. So let's talk about Oscars in this film. If this gets nominated for Best Picture, I'll be shocked. It is a very movie you've seen a million times before. I'm sorry. Maybe it might get a script, but I mean, still, some of the script stuff just felt a little too forced in my opinion. But overall, she said it's a story that needs to be told, but there's just way too many scenes in this movie that had nothing to do with Weinstein and had a straight up political agenda that didn't need to be in it. So she said, we'll receive a 3 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 60%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have the critics at 88% with 154 of them. Audience score 85% with over 100. Here's critic consensus. Although she said struggles to add cinematic flair to its fact-based story, it remains a worthy, well-acted tribute to journalistic integrity. Oh, that last line is fucking hysterical. When we look at journalistic integrity now, like, fuck off. That's all. I'm curious on the negatives. They said, what a freakishly long, humorless, and bizarre movie. It's a bore. She said never cuts deep into many topics. It falls into nearly every trap awaiting journalistic films. That's true. Artless Wikipedia entry of an Oscar competitor. One of the films that mistakes loud and clear motive for satisfying drama. I mean, yeah, I agree with it. I don't think this is a journalistic integrity movie because there's a lot. Nah, it's a mid movie at best. 88, 85, 60. Chase Talk with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Futontopia. You both turn and say watch. Have a fantastic day. Yeah. Next on the docket. I mean, this is not an Oscar extender. It isn't.